What's up guys, you're watching Life by TCG. My last video I did was on Tron and Pauper. That was just an overview of like my Magic Online screen, recording on my computer. In that video I did mention I was going to be playing this deck or that deck in an event in Pauper. That took place last week and I went all the way to the finals and we split the prizes because the venue was closing. We couldn't play it out, but I definitely would have if I got the chance. So basically the best result I could have got with the deck, and it played pretty well. I thought I'd just quickly run it through in Pauper just so you can check it out. But if you want to have a more detailed view of like the strategy and why I included certain cards, basically that's all in the previous video I did. Just going through the deck on my Magic Online account. So I'll just run through the list quickly so you can have a look at it. It's always nice to have a look at the cards in Pauper. So I got my 12 Tron lands, of course. 2 islands, 1 Tangled Islet, 1 Molten Tributary. So in the deck 4 islands in total. Then 1 Bojuka Bog, 1 Crystal Grotto, 1 Remote Isle, and 1 Tocasia Dig Site. I'm pretty happy with this mana base, I wouldn't change it. Artifacts, we have 4 Expedition Map, 4 Energy Refractor, pretty stock. I've seen some people playing lists without map, they just play crop rotations. I don't think that's correct, but to each their own I suppose. And the 1 Meteorite. Meteorite was great. I did kill 1 player in the tournament with the Unwind Infinite, and I did kill another player with Meteorite in a non-infinite way, just by sitting on it and flickering it for value over multiple turns. So yeah, pretty happy with that choice. The creatures, 1 Dinrova Horror, then 3 Mnemonic Wall, and 4 Mulldrifter. Oops, mixed them up. 3 Mnemonic Wall, 4 Mulldrifter. Pretty stock. And again, not everybody plays the Dinrova Horror. Some people play like Rolling Thunder or whatever instead, but I explained why I prefer the Horror in the previous video, I think. The sorceries, we just have the 3 Lorien Revealed. Really good card. 4 would be a bit too many, I think it would be a bit too clunky, but 3 is a good number. The instants, 2 Mystical Teachings, 4 Impulse, have 2 Moments Peace, 1 Tangle, 1 Weather the Storm main deck, and 1 Breath Weapon. Yeah, the main deck Breath Weapon was really good. I did talk about in the video how it's like some matchups it's really good, some matchups it doesn't really do anything, so it feels like it could be a sideboard card, but I think if anything I'd be more likely to play 1 main deck and then sideboard a second one. Counter spells, we have 1 Exclude, 1 Unwind, 1 Prohibit, 1 Memory Lapse, and 1 Condescend. All these cards were like pretty decent. There was one game I won with no cards in my library, and almost no cards in my graveyard either because I got Bojuka Bogged, and I won by using Flicker plus Impulse and Memory Lapse, and every turn I would just Memory Lapse my own Impulse back into my deck, so I didn't deck out, while using all my mana to flicker the Meteorite. Then I had so much counterspell backup for all of this because my whole hand was basically like flicker, Ephemerate, 3 counterspells, and that was it. And the Impulse that I can keep returning with the Memory Lapse. And that's how I won the game, just by not decking and then flickering Meteorite for like 5 turns. So yeah, pretty funny. Memory Lapse is just good as a counterspell though. I think the weakest one is Condescend. I might cut Condescend for a second flicker because I think Fairy Macabre is becoming a little bit more popular in response to the Dread Return deck, so it makes it a little bit harder to win sideboard games in the meta game like that when you only have one flicker, so maybe I'll play a second one. But we have one flicker, one Ephemerate, one Pulse of Murasa, and one crop rotation. Crop rotation also has been like relatively disappointing. It's nice as a tool for like the instant speed Bojuka Bog, but it's actually relatively harder to use in the build with this mana base because getting a green source in play is not that easy. You have to like Lorien Revealed for the tap land, which like takes a lot of time, or you have the Crystal Grotto, which is only a one of. Like it's not like the old versions of the deck where you had like a bunch of Sea Gate plus Thornwood Falls or whatever, and you like had green source early really easily. So yeah, at the moment I'm keeping crop rotation, but I could definitely see a version of the deck that cuts it completely. Then the sideboard we have the one Gorilla Shaman, 4 Pyroblast, 4 Hydroblast, two Nature's Claim, 1 Weather the Storm, 1 Cast Down, 1 Dispel, and 1 Ancient Grudge. I think this is maybe like 1 or 2 cards different from the sideboard that I posted on that Magic Online video. I think I maybe had like an Inside Out or something instead of the Cast Down. I think I remember talking about that. And I think I had like Negate or something instead of Gorilla Shaman. But the sideboard was pretty good. I like having the flexible removal spell in the open meta game because I wasn't sure what people would play. And one of my opponents was on this weird like black-white life gain deck where one of the only ways they could beat me is with that creature that's like whenever they gain life it drains me for 1. So having a extra ways to kill that was good. Like that's why I like playing the Cast Down. It's just flexible answer for any different thing, even though it's maybe not the most efficient card you could play. Like if you're trying to target specifically like X-Bane Guardian or something, there are better options. But yeah, the sideboard overall was pretty good. I think I don't feel any sudden pressure to change it. Yeah, as I was saying, maybe the only change I would make is the Condescend out of the main deck for another flicker, and then possibly cutting the crop rotation, but that's a little bit uncertain as well. So yep, that is the deck. Hope you enjoyed that. I don't know when I'm going to get the chance to play Pauper and Paper again anytime soon, because these events in New Zealand, they only happen once a month, and they're organized by a guy who lives in a different city. So usually they happen quite far away from me, but occasionally they come to my city to run it, which makes it a bit easier, but that doesn't always happen. So not sure when I'm going to get a chance to play Pauper and Paper again. I don't know whether I'll play this or maybe Familiars or a different deck, but Tron was pretty good for me last weekend, so there's a good chance that I might run it back sometime in the future. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what decks you like to play in Pauper. Have you been playing any Paper events lately? I hope you have. It's pretty fun. This has been Li-Fi TCG signing out.